So things needed, the ingredients to make a banana stem kootu. This is a gravy style, a very sattvic food. As simple as this, all that you need is a tablespoon of jeera, 2 strings of curry leaves, 2 tomatoes is optional because I would like my kootu to be slightly tangy, and about 3 tablespoons of coconut. My spice levels are extremely low, so 1 long chili. Now I have cut the banana stems and soaked them in haldi water. It's very beautiful. Let me start the process. Of moong was fried, dry fried, and cooked nicely in a cooker, giving it 3 to 4 sounds. I have minced the dal.
So when it comes to banana stem, how to select, I will tell you. This center portion which you can see, this portion, this has to be smaller than the rest of it. If it is too thick like this, for example, if it is like this, then it means that there is too much fiber in it, so you won't be able to chew through it. Also, you can see there is a spot here, which means that it is maybe not good. So better to not choose a one which is like this. Better to choose a one which is, much smaller than the outside part, and is looks also whiter in color, and it's also not separated from this. If it is separated from this thing, you can see the gap, right? If it is separated, then it will also mean that it is very fibrous in nature. So this is how you have to select a banana stem.
Curry that I promised. So this was the stem chosen. When you choose a stem, banana stem, you'll have to choose it like this. So you are able to remove the top layers that is shown there in such a way that you finally get this kind of a bottom. So all this was removed and only the inside part, that is this part, is kept. Only this part we are going to cook. All this is going to be removed. So this is how you remove the outer layers, by just making a slit. It's a very beautiful process. So now here you get the most tender part of a banana stem, and then you remove the bottom part, that is the corners. After you remove, make sure to take out the fiber that comes in it. So if you see, there is a lot of fiber in it. In fact, this is a fiber, mostly a fiber kind of a vegetable. You can afford to remove a small piece of the topmost layer also, so you get an even and a real part of the fiber. You can afford to remove even this also. If you see now, there is a lot of fiber hanging around. Now you just turn your hand in circles and remove the fiber. Now let's see the method of removing the fiber every time. The banana stem has to be cut into small pieces, very thin slices. That is the knack of cutting. So if you see, she's removing the fiber to some extent. Otherwise, it's very difficult to chew it. So now you cut it into very thin circular pieces and remove the fiber every time you cut it. See, she's removing the fiber. Every time you cut, you need to remove the fiber, and then cut it into smaller pieces. They are all cut into small round pieces. Now cut them into smaller pieces as nicely as possible. It's better to have this activity for a weekend, so your whole family is enjoying it together. It's difficult to cut actually, but not impossible. Here we have soaked the cut banana stem pieces in turmeric water so that it doesn't darken. If I was not vegan, in the long run, I would have preferred to put it in a buttermilk, little bit of buttermilk put into water. But since I am vegan now, I just put it into haldi water and keep it there until I start cooking. You could do one more thing. If there is a lot more of fiber inside the banana stem, you could just put a small stick of fork to remove the fiber from the thing. So the extra fiber comes out like this. Into a kadai, I have added coconut oil, and I am now going to shallow fry banana stem along with salt and turmeric. If you see, I have kept it on sim and cooking it until it becomes slightly tender and slightly cooked. Add salt needed. I love to add rock salt to all my dishes. Required amount of rock salt, little bit of turmeric, about half a teaspoon of turmeric, and fry it. The banana stem has cooked very well, the lovely color. Now I add the ground mixture of jeera, coconut, 1 chili and part of curry leaves, because I like my family to eat the curry leaves, else I see some of them might pick it up, so I grind a part of the curry leaves. Since I like to make it a little tangy, which is generally not the traditional thing of adding tomatoes, but I am a slightly tangy person, so I grind 2 tomatoes. There are days I just cut it out and I put it in this curry. But today I am going to grind the tomatoes and add it to it. Masala cooked, so now I am adding a generous amount of. I am very generous when it comes to hing. It's very, very generous, and a lot of hing in my cooking. If you see the vegetable, the coconut gravy has sunk in well. I have just ground 2 tomatoes. As I told you, I love the tangy taste of tomato, the beautiful red and yellow color. It's smelling so good. The aroma of the banana stem is so good. Now I am taking this one. As I told you, I dry fried the dal, put it in the cooker. After washing 2-3 times, gave it a nice 3 to 4 whistle. I add this dal into it. As I told you, my BSL goes high if the gravy is thick. So I generally keep it very watery like this. I don't make it very thick. I keep it watery like this. Mustard is splashing. Add urad dal for flavor. This is a very traditional dish, so we do it just right as our elders have taught us in our family. It's very sattvic. We do not add onion or garlic. But if you want to make it in that way, you are most welcome to. There is nothing wrong in trying it. I would like to keep it sattvic as much as possible, so no onion and garlic. A generous amount of hing. Add just 3 dry chilies because the curry is absolutely non-spicy. And once again, I add little more curry leaves with whatever I have saved. There's a lot of curry leaves in my cooking, if you see, and this is how it is. Switch off the stove and pour it into the cooker. My husband loves the sound of the splash. He says I love the sound of the splash mustard. And so here we are. The banana stem kuttu is ready.